thing, because obviously we're on the road to redemption, and then we've got Wembley. All Out was already announced for Chicago, and there's another event now that has been announced happening on the same day in the same market. Do you view that as healthy competition, maybe a compliment, or is that simply the reality of today's wrestling business?
It's probably all of the above. I think it's all of the above. It's the reality of current wrestling. It's the frankly predatory nature of the scheduling of events, but also the compliment that says that AEW is doing very well, and Chicago is a great city for wrestling. I'm very excited about AEW All Out, and it's not something unexpected to have competition, and I do welcome it. And I also really am excited about the run of shows coming up tonight. Just a stacked Dynamite, a major redemption pay-per-view this weekend, and I think it's going to put us on the course to All In and then All Out.
Used a specific word that made me chuckle. Predatory. Not competitive, not aggressive. Predatory. And that raises the real question, which is WWE and AAA scheduling directly against AEW's legitimate schedule, their business, and their whole strategy behind it? Or is this the beginning of another wrestling calendar war that is probably going to happen? Welcome to the Tea Drop, where the brew is strong and there's lots to talk about. Here's what we know, and just as importantly, what we do not know. AEW All Out is scheduled for Saturday, September 26th at the Now Arena in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. So Chicago, Illinois, for anyone that doesn't know where that is. WWE has also announced a Worlds Collide event as well, featuring WWE and Lucha Libre in AAA for that same date at the Allstate Arena in Roseman, Illinois, another part of Chicago. That means 2 wrestling events on the same day and in the same greater Chicago market. That's facts right now, but what isn't documented is the corporate memo proving that WWE scheduled the event specifically to sabotage AEW. Even though many people think it is. But that's what we're going to go with so we don't get in trouble, you know? That distinction is important because the calendar collision is a fact, and it's been happening a lot this year for some reason. But the motive is the argument. So let's map it out. AEW All Out, like I said, now is arena in Chicago, Illinois, and WWE is doing a AAA Worlds Collide. They're listed in the Allstate Arena in Chicago. Obviously not the same buildings, but technically they're not even the same municipality, but they are both part of the same broader Chicago wrestling market. And the venues are close enough that fans, media, wrestlers, vendors, and local attention can overlap. If anything, one's going to go on one side, one's going to go to the other. Maybe they don't have time. Maybe they're going to have to do both. Maybe they go to one event, the first half, and then the second event, second half. I mean, if I had to do both, I would go to, honestly, because of what All Out is, I would do AAA first and then leave halfway and go to All Out because probably the main event's going to sell. And plus, because, Triple AEW is going to do their show all the way to midnight. So you got plenty of time. In fact, your AAA show, Worlds Collide, may end 2 hours before 2 hours, and you still got like 3 or 4 hours left of AEW All Out. And I'm just joking at this point, but Tony, shorten your pay-per-views. Anyway, that is why Tony Khan was asked whether he viewed, not viewers, he viewed the move as a healthy competition, a compliment, or simply the reality of the wrestling business. His answer was not a full rejection of competition, to be honest. He said it was all of the above. Very nice of him, which is an interesting point. Khan called it predatory, which hilarious. But in the same answer, he said he welcomed it and viewed it as a compliment because AEW was doing well. You see this face? That's the face of delusion. But yeah, it's doing well, but not as well as he would think. He acts like it's doing so great. They have hit or misses. You guys know that. Let's not be all positivity. There's been hit or misses. But the fact that WWE is worried and they have to counter program says a lot. I don't know why they have to, but okay. But for him, that is a company publicly saying, you are targeting the same audience, and we believe that proves we matter. Same greater market, different venues, same audience pressure. Now, just so, because I don't want to deal with bullshit from fans on the internet after this video gets cut, let's become a little intelligent, ladies and gentlemen, and let's be precise about the word predatory. Tony Khan was not accusing WWE of breaking a law in that interview. Please, if you guys think that, I swear to God, get off the internet. He was describing the business tactic as unusually aggressive because the event lands on the same day and in the same major market as AEW All Out. That is a promotional judgment. It is not a proven legal finding or law breaking. And those two things can be true at the same time. W and AAA can legally schedule an event wherever they choose. So please, guys, again, leave me alone. AEW can also argue that putting a major event so close to All Out creates unnecessary pressure on the local wrestling economy, because everyone's going to be trying to go to both of these events. And if we don't know the time start for AAA Worlds Collide, we know for a fact, based on past experience, All Out is most likely to begin at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with a 7 p.m. main card start time. Now, does that mean AAA starts at their usual Saturday time, which is 9 p.m. or 10 p.m., or are they going to go earlier? Are they going to pre-record the event? Because most of the AEW AAA shows, at least their weekly shows, pre-recorded. But are they going to make World Collide live? And if they're going to do it, are they going to do it maybe before the AEW starts in order to not lose business? I don't know. We will have to see. I don't know if they have announced the time yet. It would be nice if they did. Anyway, but even if they had space to go to both events, there's another thing at hand. The fans have a limited amount of money. Moolah. Local media has limited attention too. Some talent and production workers may have overlapping schedules as well. Even the venue ecosystem has limited capacity. So when one company books against another, the competition is not only happening on television, it can happen at the ticket window, in local advertising, on social media, and in the fight for which show becomes the weekend headline. But September 26th is not only a date creating heat. On August 30th, AEW All In is scheduled for Wembley Stadium in London. WWE also has announced a double event in Edinburgh, Texas, featuring Lucha Libre AAA, followed by NXT Heatwave. AAA is scheduled to begin at 11 a.m. Central Time, which is a confirmed time, and NXT Heatwave is scheduled to follow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That creates a same-day counter-programming situation because AEW All In is in London, they're going to start earlier. I believe they'll start at 3 p.m. in a couple weeks, or maybe they'll start at 1 p.m., but around that time, because London time is ahead of US time. So they are officially counter-programming against all WWE and All In. Crazy shit. But it is, luckily, even though they're going to compete TV time-wise, it is not the same market that they're fighting. London and Edinburgh are obviously different markets. The pressure here is primarily on television views, streaming audience, international attention, and the broader wrestling news cycle. So do not describe August 30th as WWE and AEW fighting for the same local ticket buy. It's more about TV views. But the stronger argument is that WWE has placed major programming on the same day as one of AEW's biggest annual events, giving fans multiple wrestling options inside the global news window. The same one. I mean, for us, we win. We win, guys. We're getting more wrestling on a day. You can literally wake up, have breakfast, right? Maybe make some food, order some food. It's still summertime on August 30th. Maybe make a barbecue. You go out, make some barbecue, and you have enough meals for the rest of the day because you can start eating at lunchtime, maybe watch both programs, maybe just have two computer screens open at the same time with both programs. Who knows? We are eating well. That's the end of it. As fans, we're eating well. August 30th is the same day. September 26th, though, is the same day in the same greater market. Those are not identical situations, and the fact should not be blurred for a strong headline. But let's look at a few things about Tony Khan being under pressure. Let's look at the first lens. Tony Khan's under pressure because of all this situation, right? But AEW is not operating in a vacuum. It is trying to sell a major pay-per-view, build momentum, protect its top events, and convince fans that the company is still a major player. So when another promotion announces a significant event in the same market, I mean, it's not really significant, but to some it is. On the same day, calling it predatory may be the pressure valve. It sends a message to AEW fans. We know what's happening. We are not scared. We welcome the competition. That last part is important. Khan did not say we are canceling the show. He did not say even we cannot compete. He said he was excited about All Out, and welcome the competition. That is a beautiful classic promotional framing. Take an aggressive move and turn it into evidence that your company is important enough to be targeted. Whether fans believe that is a different question. Now, with the market reality, nobody in American wrestling is entitled to a clear sky. What do I mean by that? WWE has its schedule, AEW has its schedule, AAA has its schedule. Every company is trying to capture attention while the audience is already watching wrestling as we speak. From a business perspective, counter-programming can create urgency. It can also create fatigue. Fans may not have the money to attend both events. They may not have the time to watch both shows live. And if companies keep stacking major events against each other, treating each event as special, which can become dangerous for them, but competition can make wrestling feel important. Too much competition can turn the calendar into noise. It's the best time to be a wrestler, to be a wrestling fan though, because we just get options to watch. But some people still can't be satisfied about all the stuff we're getting thrown. Maybe, I mean, in how much in not early 2000s, maybe 2010 era, all we had was WWE, if you want to be realistic about it. We didn't have AEW yet. We had TNA, but TNA was somewhere in the vacuum, deciding not to be important. And then we have indie promotions, which at that time, not many promotions were being smart like they are now, showing wrestling on YouTube or not Fightful, whatever the streaming network is. Regardless, we didn't have that much promotions to watch. We only had WWE. And the moment that all this counter-programming started, now we have to focus and enjoy work, but at different promotions. It's a great time. You're right, Chef Monk. It's a good time right now to be a wrestling fan. But fans will always have something to complain. Even myself, I have to admit, sometimes I complain about stuff, even though, you know, you should be happy. But I don't know, like, I also want to make sure that not everyone thinks that just because we have a lot means we can get away with the stupidest shit ever, like AI stuff for WWE. If you know, you know. Anyway, let's get down to the end of this video. So when it comes to this, Tony Khan is justified in calling the scheduling aggressive. September 26th creates a genuine local market collision in the greatest Chicago area, which is going to be interesting to watch. It's going to be fun to see social media react to this and see how people decide where to go. I feel personally, guys, I think everyone's going to All Out. I mean, that's my opinion. I think there will be people going to AAA, and only if they are able to, because they are able to go to both events at the same time, or because they couldn't get a decent price ticket at All Out. Now, if AAA decides to have a more expensive ticket than All Out, everyone's going to All Out. But anyway, calling it predatory though, Tony, remains his characterization, but not an important fact, and who cares at this point. The August 30th situation, though, needs to be discussed separately. That is a same-day international counter-programming story, but not a same market battle, which is great. We just have a lot to watch. I don't know how we're going to do that, guys. Like, I guess one show's going to have to wait until post-live. But the cleanest, I guess, analysis I can say is this. WWE and AAA have every right to schedule the event. AEW has every right to criticize the timing. Fans have every right to decide whether this is a smart business or unnecessary escalation, and also how to decide which event to go to. But what I will not do is invent secret motives, claim there are twin sock puppet events without documentation, or prevent every scheduling conflict is identical. So 2 dates, 2 different type of pressure, and 1 increasingly crowded wrestling calendar. Fans are eating good today. Now, let me ask you something. Is counter-programming smart business because it forces fans to choose and make every event feel more important? Or is it bad for the industry because the same audience is being asked to spend more money, watch more shows, and divides its attention? And when Tony Khan calls scheduling predatory, but also says he welcomes it, do you see confidence, frustration, or both? I mean, honestly, this is the face of happiness for me. But anyway, drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know. As always, if the tea hit right, hit the like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.